So it is that time once again to sit down and do the what I will watch for the upcoming anime season and take a good look at what to expect, what many of us are going to be watching, what many of us are going to be skipping, or many of us might even discover while looking at this list. And I only know of a few things that are coming out this upcoming season, so I'm actually really curious to see how this upcoming season is going to be, because with all the continuous announcements we've gotten back to back over the past few months, we know for a fact that anime is going to be absolutely insane. So I'm very excited to really just sit down and read this list. So I guess let's dive in. If you want to have this list as well, link is in the description. So let's get started. So we have obviously Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, which this is, I don't know why this is technically here, since it's, the first 12 episodes were already premiered. Well, we gotta wait for more, but good season so far. I really like Stone Ocean. If you have yet to watch Stone Ocean, really give it a shot. We have Demon Slayer, so I'm a few episodes behind, because obviously it was a movie, arc they were doing a retelling of the movie, and from what I heard, the movie, and the retelling of the movie wasn't really any different. It was okay. So, overall, I still need to catch up to this and really just start the anime that's actually begun now. And I keep seeing meme photos and all that of, these female characters in the anime. So, I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious to see what I can expect from Demon Slayer when I actually start watching it. Anyways, we have Kanashiki Debu. Oh, it's short form. It's probably going to be enjoyable, but I'm going to skip. You know how I feel about short form. Oh wait, we're getting another TV special of this. Airs in Fate Project New Year's Eve TV special. Airs in 2 days. Wow, okay, so we're getting an OVA here. Like a special OVA episode. I'll have to watch that. This is a good series. Okay, so let's scroll down what we got here. So we have Sorairo Utility, another short form. Okay, we're already getting a lot of short form just right off at the start. But this series follows high school girl Minami, who is a beginner at golf. That's kind of strange. A golf series. You don't normally see golf anime. That actually is very interesting. I appreciate how different it is, even though it is a short form, but I'm still going to skip, obviously. The Irregular at Magical High School. Wait, they're putting a whole arc as a TV special? Okay, so I have some history with this series. I am not a big fan of this series. I don't really care too much for it. In the past, when I watched the first season, I don't know, I couldn't get into this series. So I'm not up to date with it. I know there's a lot of fans to this series. People absolutely love the Irregular Magic High School. But I don't know. I could not get into this series. Is there really something I'm missing? If there is, let me know. We have Iro Dori Midori. I probably just butchered that. It's music. Another short form. Are you serious? Wait, is there nothing? Okay, no, there's no short forms down here. Okay, I was about to say, we have nothing but short forms. Airs in 7 days. It's by Akatsuki. Let's see. Media Mix Project. Short form. It looks like a Moe blob. Just gonna skip. Another short form. Skip. So let's get to the actual anime here. Okay, so in the land of Liddell. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Okay, so 7 days it airs by Maho Film, adventure fantasy, based on a light novel. After being put on life support after a tragic accident, Kena Kagumi's only freedom comes from a VR MMO RPG Liddell. Okay, so it's basically like an Overlord type series, okay? One day her life support system shuts off and Kena passes away. Okay. When she wakes up, she finds herself in Liddell 200 years in the future. As the High Elf Kana with lost skills but incredible stats, she must forge relationships with the residents of this new world, which shockingly including the children characters she designed herself. A leisurely adventure tale is about to begin, featuring a girl transported to a game world and the smiles and tears she shares with her quirky companions. Okay, so first up, this right here, including the children characters she designed or whatever, that's literally Overlord. That is straight up Overlord. You're not going to tell me that is not Overlord right there. Obviously, it comes down to how it's utilized and the story's written, etc. Just because it's following the same format doesn't mean it's going to be a ripoff of, let's say, Overlord. I'm just saying, when I read a synopsis like that, it's like, yo, that's straight up Overlord without, Ainz being there or, evil villain. But, this seems like it could be a fun series. I don't really know. I don't know much about this series. I've never really heard many people talk about it. Maybe I know it by its Japanese title, but I'll give it a shot. You know how I am. I like Sekai, MMORPG anime trash. So sure, I'll definitely dive into it and just see how it is. We have Police in a Pod by Studio Madhouse. Okay, we got Madhouse here. Now, I believe that this is going to be like a major focus series? Don't know, but okay, Madhouse. Comedy Police Seinen Slice of Life airs in 7 days. I like the dog on the front, by the way. That dog better get head pats. Female police officer Kawai had enough of a career she wasn't even that into and was about to hand in her resignation. When the unthinkable happened, she met the new female director of her station, and after spending a little time with this gorgeous role model, Kawai realizes that maybe she isn't quite done being an officer at all. So, it's a police officer, just a straight up police officer like anime. So, judging by it being a comedy and slice of life, I'm going to assume it's going to be like episodic. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's also based on a manga. I'm assuming it's episodic. That's exactly what this is going to be, which actually might be a little bit fun. That might be fun. I might check it out. It would be an interesting take to see kind of the Japanese police force and how they view their police force in an anime about it. That actually sounds kind of fun. I will definitely give that one a shot. Orient. Okay, I did not expect this one to come out this season. So, a little FYI about this one. Orient, this series is written by the same writer, if I believe, of Magi. Like, if you remember Magi, that came out years ago, and the manga ended years ago, it was a super hyper unique series. Like, seriously, I cannot recommend it enough. It is a really unique anime and manga. That same individual is writing Orient. Now, I don't really know much about Orient. I'm going to be honest with you. I am going to read the synopsis here in a second. I don't know much about it, but I know who the writer is, and they really make unique stories. So, I'm curious. Let's see what this is. When unidentified creatures known as Kishin suddenly appear in Japan, all of the most famous military leaders were killed in battle, and the end of the world seemed close at hand. Now, 150 years later, demons still rule the world, and only the band Abushi continues to fight for freedom. Musashi and Kojiro, out of admiration for these brave fighters, strive to form the strongest band Abushi in this classic battle action story of friends, passionately chasing a dream. So this seems very typical, like battle shonen like, but once again, if you look at, let's say, Magi, it kind of is like a battle shonen, so it can be misleading. Maybe the way the synopsis is labeled, it sounds very generic, but I mean, it probably is going to be good. Like I said, when it comes to the offer of Magi, they really had unique style to their characters, to the fighting, to the weapons. I mean, looking at the weapons, I do like the design of the sword on the cover. So, I mean, it's probably going to be enjoyable. I don't really know, though. I don't hear many people talk about this series that much, though. So, we'll see. I'm obviously going to give it a shot, but I don't know how it's going to be. We have Tokyo 24th Ward by Cloverworks. Isn't Cloverworks working on a bunch of anime this season? I believe so. I know they're working on Dress Up Darling. I believe that's coming out this upcoming season. I guess I'll see it as I continue to scroll down. But, okay, so by Cloverworks, let's see here. It's 7 days air, no tags. The Far Eastern Special Administration region, also known as the 24th Ward, is a man-made island that sits in Tokyo Bay. Shuta, Ren, and Koki were born and raised on the island. Their family backgrounds, preferences, and personalities are completely different, but they are childhood friends who have always stuck together. However, one incident changed their relationship forever. Okay, there's really not much to get from that. I mean, okay, that's why it's an anime original. So Cloverworks is making an anime original. You know how I feel about anime originals. Anime originals can be really good, but also be disastrous too, depending on how everything's handled. I mean, I'm on the fence about this one, because, I mean, look, I like Cloverworks. They make some good stuff, but they also make some bad stuff. They do, and I've talked about this a lot, that they usually have pretty art animation, but they typically flounder on some originals, so I feel like this might be good, but at the same time, it has the possibility of having a lot of production issues, so who knows, but I do think that it could be good. I'm gonna stay on the fence on that one. We have, let's scroll down here, Sayuki Reload. I'm assuming this is a Season 2? This looks like a Season 2, that's what I'm getting from this. But, okay, so action, adventure, comedy, demons, drama, josei, supernatural. Josei? You don't see that tag much. Once the land of Togenkyo was a peaceful land where humans and yokai lived together. Okay, I like a yokai story. Then, however, men appeared who tried to revive Gyumao, the great yokai who was slain by the war god Nataku Taishi and buried in Hoto Castle 500 years ago by using a forbidden combination of chemistry and magic. The negative energy waves this created spread across Togenkyo, causing the yokai to go insane and attack humanity. To save the land, Kanzeon Bosatsu orders Son Goku, Ginjo, Sasuno, and Shai Gojiro, and Sho Hakai to go west. The four set out on a journey to stop the experiment to revive Gyomao. This sounds interesting, like a really interesting action-adventure story. This sounds kind of like fun. Wait, it's Liden Films. Didn't they just have a series of Soul Up here? Wait a minute. Liden Films. Didn't I just see something? No? Okay, I could have swore I just saw something from them. Anyways, okay, so Liden Films. Yeah, but I think that this might be fun. This actually sounds fun. I thought this was like a season 2 by the way it was named, but no, this seems like just a straight up like new series. So yeah, it sounds fun. I'm always looking for a good action adventure. I mean, Mushoku Tensei kind of rekindled that love for an adventure type story. So yeah, I'll check this out. Worlds in Harem. This series right here was supposed to air last season, by the way. But, as you can see, it's airing this season. It was delayed thanks to circumstances. And this one's gonna lead to a lot of controversy. Like, a serious amount of controversy. Because it literally... It's like... It's literally a synopsis for, like, a hentai. That's literally what it is. Like, that's exactly what this is. It's like a guy is the last guy basically alive or whatever thanks to disease wiping out man, and you have females that need to reproduce. That's literally kind of like the plot of it. Obviously, I'm not completely up to date with the story. I just started the beginning, but that's literally the premise of what it starts off as. So because of that, it's like, I don't know how this even got an anime. But I mean... Once again, if Interspecies reviewers can get anime, if Redo, if Hiller can get anime, I guess almost anything at this point can actually get an anime. But, yeah, this one's going to bring some controversy. Obviously, I want to try it out. I'm curious to see the controversy as well people are going to have. Slow Loop by Connect. I like their studio. Slice of Life Sports. Let's see. When Hiyori, a young girl whose deceased father taught her the joys of fishing. Okay, so this could be a fishing series. Headed out to sea for some time alone, she never thought that she would encounter another girl there. After a while, this girl named Koharu and her end up fishing and cooking together, and they get to know each other a bit in the meantime. During their brief time together, Koharu finds out that the reason Hiyori went out to sea that day was because she is hesitant towards meeting her new stepfamily that same evening. But what a coincidence. Koharu is also meeting her new family tonight. No, it can't be a coincidence. These two sisters and their new life together. Okay, that's kind of cute. But, I'm not really that interested in, like, that type of stuff, so I'm probably gonna have to skip Slow Loop. Next up, we have Girls Front Line. The game's story is set in an alternate timeline near future Earth in the 2060s, the aftermath of a military accident that resulted in widespread disease, as well as the recent conclusion of careless nuclear war, has massively depopulated the planet, rendered much of the surface uninhabitable, and reduced once great nations to shadows of their former self. Androids used for labor and combat have become an important fossil of life, and easily replicated and disposable androids known as tactical dolls or T-dolls are used by private military companies in the front lines of numerous brushfire wars. In the game, the player takes the role of a fresh commander in a PMC, commanding T-dolls to fight against a new AI threat. So this is based on the game. Normally, game adaptations aren't really that good, but obviously there has been some outliners that have been good over the years as well. This does sound like a really interesting premise, though. I do like the fact that it's like a post-apocalyptic world, and you have androids basically, like, you know, watching over everything. It reminds me a little bit of Nier. That's exactly like the feeling I get from this type of, like, synopsis, like something straight out of Nier. I might check it out, Girls Front Line. I've heard people talk about this series in the past, so sure, we'll see if it's good or not. Next up we have Teasing Master, Season 3. Okay, so I've watched Season 1, I've watched a little bit of Season 2, I need to catch up, because this is a really cute series. Like, seriously, if you want something cute and romantic and all that, you really should watch Teasing Master. It's kind of like in a similar vein as Nagatoro, but a little bit more lighthearted in comparison to the beginning of Nagatoro. I really like Teasing Master, this is a great series. If you have yet to watch it, seriously, recommend it, since we have a full week of anime that's basically not airing. We have Q, however you pronounce that. Yameta Company and Graphinica is working together on this, based on a game. It looks like a idol series, 16 inspiring voice actors that aim to achieve their anime dreams to become Seiyu stars. So, it's about voice acting. That's what I'm getting. This is literally about voice acting. That actually might be interesting. This might be like Shirobako, like a really good insight into the anime industry. I might look that up. I actually might watch this, because that'd be fascinating to see, like, the inner workings of how voice actors are in Japan. Ninjala, Action Kids. This looks like something I would definitely enjoy if I was a kid. Like, I mean, I'm looking at the cover right now. Like, if I was, like, a young kid wanting to just watch something, this seems very fun. I would definitely probably watch this, but there's no synopsis, so I don't even know what this is about. But, I want to skip, but it looks fun. The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest, by J.C. Staff, based on a light novel. I'm going to assume that this is an isekai. Now, I could be wrong, but we'll see. His strength limited by the magical crest with which he was born. Morpheus, the world's most powerful sage, decides reincarnation is necessary to become the strongest of all. Upon his rebirth as a young boy, Morpheus is thrilled to discover he's been born with the optimal crest for magical combat on his first try. Unfortunately, the world he's been born into has abysmal poor standards when it comes to magic, and everyone thinks he's still marked for failure. Now it's up to Morpheus to prove everyone wrong, world's strongest sage style. Okay, so it's a power fantasy about him basically saying magic is really important and strong, and kind of saying, guys, stop underestimating magic. That's an interesting one. That's a nice little spin, because usually everybody knows magic is great, and even though they can't do these crazy spells and stuff, you know, they deify these spells and legends. But it seems like this series is trying to say that people really believe that just magic is, like, useless or not really that crazy. Like, they have a poor understanding of it, which basically means that when he starts doing crazy things, they're gonna be like, wait, what's going on and all that, and he'll change the world's overall viewpoint of magic. That sounds fun, actually. Sure, I will check that out. You know how I feel about, also isekai trash. Let's see, we got, My Dress Up Darling. I'm actually scrolling down on this one. My Dress Up Darling. So, I've already talked about this series, actually. I did a video on the trailer and really its announcement of getting an anime. I'm very, very excited for this one. Like, I really am excited for My Dress Up Darling. I have a lot of high expectations and hope for this series because, like, I know it just says it's a romance school seinen slice of life, but I really like what I got from the trailer. Like, I'm not even gonna read this. I'm just gonna kind of say what I got from the trailer. This girl right here, obviously, she likes cosplay. She really loves to cosplay, and she just wants to be able to, have outfits and stuff to dress into. While the guy character, he's kind of more of a loner, isolated individual that makes dolls, etc., and he makes clothing for dolls, and he's kind of like a loner because people picked on him. That's what you get from the trailer. And she just walks in because she notices that he makes things like clothing and stuff, and I'm assuming that she gets him to make her cosplay outfits, which leads into the relationship growing throughout the rest of the series. So I feel like My Dress Up Darling is going to be really good. I'm actually really excited for it because it's like, it looked beautiful, but it looks like it is going to have really good characters, so I'm definitely down for this one. Another one by Cloverworks. Okay. There's gonna be some sacrifices here. Okay, so we got Cloverworks. Is there another one up here? Is there another Cloverworks? Let's see. I could have swore I saw one. Yep, another Okay, so Tokyo 24 Forward. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. 24 Forward's probably getting sacrificed. That one's probably gonna get the sacrifice. Let's see, Dress Up Darling, and then Akabi. Okay, so they already got 3 projects that I can see right here. That's not good. That's not good for production-wise. So, I'm gonna assume Dress Up Darling is gonna be their main focus, while the other 2 are probably gonna be throwaways. That's what I'm going to assume. I could be wrong about that, but that's my assumption. Akabe's sailor uniform, Cloverworks, looks like a moe blob. It's Komichi Akabe's first year of junior high, and she has her heart set on one thing: Robai Private Academy sailor uniform. As the next chapter of her life gets closer, she dreams of all the exciting new experiences she'll get to have: school lunches, classes, club activities, and of course making lots of friends. With her favorite outfit on, Komichi feels ready for anything. Judging by the way this looks, this feels like this will be good looking, but not really good in, like, I guess for story-wise. That's what I get from this. Maybe this is the one that's gonna get, you know, the I guess, axe, or the one that's just gonna get the, throwaway. But, yeah, how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom part 2. Oh, we get this, part 2? Oh, I like this series. I really like this series. So, okay, I have this to look forward to. I am so happy. So, yeah, I don't know how many of you knew this, but, I actually, I watched this series, but I didn't talk about it, because it was just something I watched on the side. Now, obviously, this is not for everyone. I don't think that this is the best series of all time, but it's a really fun series. I enjoyed it at the very least. So, yeah, I am excited. I'm glad part 2's coming back. I'm really happy about that. We have Miss Kurotsu from the Monster Development Department. Okay, I like the title. Comedy Fantasy by Studio Quad, based on a manga. The manga centers on the Kurotsu, a assistant researcher in the Superhuman Development Department of Agasia, a villainous secret organization that battles with heroes who try to save the world. Kuroitsu lives a busy life in Agatia, caught between the absurd request of her bosses, making presentations, implementing new features into superhumans, and getting results within the allotted time, budget, and spec request, all without vacation. So, this is a villain perspective story? Like a villain secret organization story. That sounds awesome. Okay, this might be a sleeper hit of this season. Yep, I'm watching that. That sounds really fun. So next up we have Rusted Armors by Studio Kigumi. The cover looks very generic. The era is a turbulent warring states period in Hinomoto, Kinokuni, the unexplored region in the mountains and the sea. In the depths of this deep forest, there is a group using Yatagarasu as their flag symbol and using guns as weapons. Their name is Saikashu. It is a Magochi who arrived from a foreign country that inherited the name as the head of the Saikashu. On the other hand, Saburo quickly senses the signs of aggression from the European powers and struggles to protect Hinomoto. Ooh, they're adding in European powers into this? That actually sounds really... okay, that's different. You got my attention with that. I might check that out. That might be fun. Next up, we have Requiem of the Rose King. Action drama historical shoujo supernatural by JC Staff. They also have a lot of projects going on, just like Cloverworks. Airs in 11 days. 2-cour series. Okay, that's interesting news. Richard, the ambitious third son of the House of York, believes he is cursed, damned from birth to eternal darkness, but is it truly fate that sets him on the path to personal destruction, or his own tormented longings? Based on an early draft of Shakespeare's Richard III, this dark fantasy finds the man who could be king standing between worlds, between classes, between good and evil. Ooh, so philosophy and all sorts of stuff in this. Ooh, that actually sounds fun. That actually sounds very fun. Ooh, okay. Okay. Yes, sure, I'll check that out. Futsal Boys. No synopsis. It looks like a soccer series, I believe. So, yeah, I'm not filling in for it. Just skip. Sasaki Miyano, Studio Dean, School Shonen Ai, and Slice of Life. It all started like a typical old boys love plotline, bad boy senior meeting adorably awkward underclassmen, one of them falls in love, and so on and so forth. But although Miyano is a self-proclaimed boys love expert, he hasn't quite realized he is in one of himself, which means it's up to Sasaki to make sure their story has a happily ever after. I'm probably gonna skip, because I already have a romance I'm looking forward to, which is, the Dress Up Darling and all that, and, but I'm probably gonna skip. I'm gonna skip this one right here. Anyways, we have Attack on Titan Season 2 Part 2, so I'm not gonna click this for the sheer fact of spoiler reasons. I mean, it literally is saying spoilers here, but, this one's going to be interesting. I am super curious on just how the community is going to react to part 2 of Season 4, or the final season of Attack on Titan, because, I mean, I have never seen a community become just so divided with a conclusion like Attack on Titan, so I am genuinely curious on how this final season is going to be done. I am definitely going to review it and talk about it, and like I said, I am curious on how it's going to be handled. I cannot wait to see what anime only's fake, but I'm definitely going to be talking about the anime and keeping it spoiler-free, obviously, so don't worry about that. On air, Dekinai. Dekinai. Okay, so from Jedi Studios and Space Neko Company, it's a comedy series. The story takes place in 2014 and follows Mafu Neko. Oh, I just realized this is a short form. Okay, I'm gonna skip. Galgaku, another short form. Looks like a little music school series, as I can see here. Gotta skip. Tribe 9. Lin Film's getting a lot of anime. Media Mixed Project Action Sports. Why does the background up there kind of look like Tokyo Ghoul? It reminds me a little bit of Kaneki. Anyways, okay. In Neo Tokyo, de-illusion you from tribes that battle each other in an intense sport called Extreme Baseball. One night, 2 kids, Haru and Taiga, meet the strongest man in the world, Shun. Together, the 3 join forces to play this cutthroat game against a mysterious man who has begun taking control of all the tribes. Can they defeat him before it's too late? Might skip this one. Princess Connect Redive. I did not finish Season 1, so I'm going to skip that. SABIKUI BISCO. I recognize this for some reason. Why do I recognize this? His powerful bow pierces the rust of destruction to save the people he loves. A thrilling adventure and action story set in future Japan, where everything has rusted away and the rust wind threatens to wipe out humanity. The whole world is now a desert, and the protagonist, BISCO Akaboshi, uses his bow and special mushrooms as a mushroom protector. A noble thief who causes chaos all across Japan. To save his dying master, BISCO goes on a journey to seek out a special healing mushroom called a Rust Eater. In Imi Hama, he meets Milo, his new partner, and heads out on a crazy adventure. The Saitama Iron Desert stands in their way. Along with a town made from the remains of one of the weapons that destroyed civilization, an abandoned underground subway line where giant octopuses live. With Milo's genius and BISCO's arrows, they're ready to face any danger, but then they're faced with the evil plots of a wicked prefecture governor. Okay, this sounds absolutely incredible. Like, okay, this is going to be a dark horse. I have a feeling this right here is going to be a dark horse series. This is what is giving me that vibe. Like, has that potential to really blow up in popularity depending on what it does with its story. I have faith that this is going to be good. I feel like this is going to be a sleeper hit. Fantasia Sengo, Realm of Legends, fantasy historical by Geek Toys, based on a game. When the 3 kingdoms are ravaged by demons and monsters, 4 heroes with little in common must unite to fight the realm's most vicious enemies. Together, the heroes unveil an insidious conspiracy while sharing the joys and sorrows of battling a mysterious organization intent on tearing them and the kingdoms apart. So overall, I might skip this. I'm on the fence about it, but I'm going to probably skip it. Hiru... anime centering on everyday struggles of the lackeys of Shocker, the villain organization, and Kamen Rider. I don't know much about Kamen Rider. I know I'm gonna get hate for that, but I'm gonna have to skip that. We got the Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. Okay, that sounds funny. It ain't easy being a genius. Prince Wade is ready to commit treason, and who can blame him? Faced with the impossible task of ruling his pathetic little kingdom, this poor guy just can't catch a break. But with his brilliant idea of auctioning off his country, this lazy prince should be able to retire once and for all. Or that was the plan until his treasonous schemes led to disastrous consequences, namely accidental victories in the favor of his people. Oh my goodness, it's literally like an Ein situation, like Sasuga Ein Sama, but, you know, instead, anytime he tries to really do something absolutely despicable, he's love for it. Oh my goodness, that sounds funny. That sounds like a good comedy, I might check it out. Okay, so next up we have Life with an Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout. Wait, what? What? Okay. Adventure comedy fantasy. A dull old man and his handsome best friend were summoned to another world by a naked goddess. However, because of the goddess's mischief, he has turned into a peerless, beautiful girl. Okay, so gender bender, gotcha. To get back his body, he has to go on a journey with his best friend to defeat the Demon King, an old man that became a beautiful girl and a handsome old man. Let the madness-filled another world journey rom-com begin. Oh my goodness, this sounds funny too. There seems to be a lot of funny comedy series this season, so, oh man, okay. I mean, obviously I'll check it out, but holy crap, that sounds funny. She professed herself pupil of the Wise Man by Studio A-Cat Adventure Fantasy. Based on a light novel. Going by the name Dunbalf, he's known across the land of this virtual world. Man, a lot of isekai we're getting here. But one night before bed, Kagami uses an in-game vanity case that's about to expire, opting to create his ideal version of a female Dunbalf avatar for fun. Waking up, he is surprised to find that he's now in a body of the avatar he created the night before, and he'll have to work his way from the bottom up. So he's a young dude playing an old dude, who is now playing a young girl who is still that old dude. So it's literally the same synopsis, basically, of this series, Life with an Ordinary Guy. So it's the exact same from two different studios. Well, we know what thing that these two series are going to be competing this season, and, you know, one of them are probably going to survive, because they just seem way too similar. They're both gender benders, both a guy getting turned into a girl, basically old dudes getting turned into a girl, so it's just like, yeah, this is probably... One of these series are going to fail. Maybe they won't fail, maybe they might succeed, but I feel like they're too similar, and so one of these series is going to be sacrificed. So obviously, as obligation, since they're both similar, I'll check them both out just to see. Baby Hamitong, short form, gonna skip. What is this? Love of Kill. Two assassins face off at a certain workplace. The cool bounty hunter, Chateau, and the mysterious and powerful Rongha. Chateau and Rongha become enemies after this fight, at least they should have. But for some reason, Rong takes a liking to Chateau and begins following her around. Little by little, Chateau develops a cooperative partnership with Ra Yang, or however you pronounce it. I apologize, I know I'm butchering it. Which gets her caught up in the struggle against the organization hunting him down. Furthermore, that battle is related to her past as well. So this is basically like an assassin series. Okay, a bounty hunter assassin series. This is definitely the most unique I've seen so far from this anime season in terms of, like, variety we've got. There's a lot of fantasy and isekai. So, yeah, wait, it's a josei romance. I just noticed that. That's okay. You don't get many josei. Sure. We'll check that out. Efru Reta. Let's see. I know people love this series. I need to finish season 1. People adore this series, so maybe I really should finish watching season 1 before I can talk about season 2. Atasha, it's a short form, so skip the case study. I like this series. I am so happy it's getting a part 2. Cannot wait to watch that. That's gonna be so good. Linden Film. So another series by Linden Film. So once again, a lot of shows. Original, by the way. This is an anime original. It's a sports series. Okay. The story centers on Mikoto, a childhood prodigy at badminton, but who never recovered from a major loss during a high school competition. Now he works in the sales department of the Sunlight Beverage Company, playing badminton on the side. Gonna skip. And no 831, Craftar, anime original. The cover looks beautiful, but obviously misleading. In the present day, the world is in turmoil due to an unprecedented disaster. A young man lives in Tokyo. Suzushiro has a secret he cannot tell anyone. The secret is that he cannot stop the time around him despite his thoughts. Wait. That secret is that he can stop the time around him despite his thoughts. One day, he meets a girl named Nazuna, who has the same power. When he learns that she is being used in a crime, he impulsively reaches out to... Yo, what? Oh, it's a TV special. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I mean, it's gonna be good. Oh, I wanted it to be an anime. That sounded so good. That sounded so good. Oh, that hurts. I had so much. Oh, I'm gonna watch it, but man, that sucks. It's just a special. Theater of Darkness. No synopsis of Skip. Delicious Party. Precure. Don't have no synopsis and all that. So skip. Okay, so that is this anime season. There is a lot of good and a lot of potential bad. I mean, obviously, we got Demon Slayer carrying over. We got maybe Jojo that'll be coming out sooner or later. We got Regular, which I know many people are probably going to be looking forward to. Orient, I'm excited about. I'm really excited about the Land of Liddell. I mean, it seems like it might be Overlord type stuff, but it might be good. Tokyo 24 Forward might be Sacrifice, but could be good. Worlds and Harem is just going to be controversy itself. I'm excited to see what people think about that. Obviously, Teasing Master is going to be good. I mean, we got Dress Up Darling. I feel like that's going to be like a real standout series from this season. I feel like Miss Kurotsu is going to be another good series that people are going to be blown away about. Attack on Titan obviously is going to be the talk of the town. SABIKUI or whatever, how you say this. This is definitely going to be like probably a dark horse. I mean, there's some good stuff this season, but obviously the real stuff begins next season. Like here, let me see if they have it already, if I can, like, pull it up. Let's see. Spring 2022. So, yeah, look, we got Shield Hero right here. We got, Kaguya. I mean, we got Spy Family. I'm Quitting Heroing. Ascended the Bookworm. I mean, we got Ishikimori. I mean, look at this next season after, winter. It is just brutal. There's so much stuff to look forward to already. But, okay, I want to leave it at that, though. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this video. I'm sorry I didn't have my camera footage on the bottom here. The reason why is because, my camera kind of died. So, yeah, I gotta get that replaced. I should have a replacement before the season starts, but, yeah. Anyways, though, thank you so much, everybody, that, watched the video. If you did enjoy the video, please leave me a like, and, if you want to get, notified or whatever, whenever I upload a video, click that bell icon down below, and if you want more of my content to appear in, your YouTube feed, then, hit that subscribe button. It does help me out a lot. But with that, guys, I love you, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.